Genetic drift. What is genetic drift? It is the random change in allele frequencies from generation to generation. Imagine a bowl full of red and white jelly beans. If you grab a big handful, you'll probably get a mix that's close to half red and half white. But what if you only grab two? You might grab two reds or two whites. So, if you grab only a few jelly beans, there is a chance that proportion of colors will differ from that of the bowl. Similarly, in small populations, alleles may become more or less common from one generation to the next. Now let's look at what happens in populations of different sizes. In a big population, like 2,000 individuals, the allele frequency barely changes. The effect of drift is really weak. Now with a smaller group of 200 individuals, we start to see a little more movement. Genetic drift is happening, but it's still pretty weak. But look at this tiny population, just 20 individuals. Now we see wild shifts in allele frequency. Some alleles become fixed, meaning everyone has it, while others disappear completely. That's genetic drift in action. So what causes populations to get that small in the first place? Sometimes it's a disaster, like a fire, disease, or hunting, that wipes out most of a population. Two major situations really shower the power of genetic drift: the bottleneck effect and the founder effect. Let's start with the bottleneck effect. Imagine a huge population of animals, lots of genetic variation. But then, a fire happens. Only a small number survive. The gene pool of the new population now comes from those few survivors. Many alleles are lost forever, and the population has way less genetic variation than before. Now let's talk about the founder effect. This happens when just a few individuals from a larger population leave and start a new population somewhere else, like an island or a remote area. One cool real-world example? A small group of people settled on Norfolk Island, and today, there's a super high rate of an X-linked form of migraines there. That's because one of the founders carried the gene, and it got passed down through generations. So, to sum it up, genetic drift is a type of evolution that happens because of sampling error during reproduction. It's especially noticeable in small populations. When a population shrinks drastically or a small group breaks off to form a new population, the gene pool gets smaller, and some alleles may disappear while others become more common. These shifts in allele frequencies happen regardless of whether the alleles are helpful or harmful. Over time, this process can have a major impact on genetic diversity. That's how genetic drift shapes evolution, even without natural selection involved.